Finnish language is not required to study?
No, it's not. In the admission process, it is not. However, all our international students will study at least one course in Finnish language after they are accepted at our university, but not in the admission process. It is not required. So all these international study programs the teaching language in these programs is English. So that is the reason why we want to check the proficiency in English language.
Yes. Hi, good afternoon to everyone. Hope you are doing well. Today we're gonna have a seminar about study in Finland. So today we will talk about study in Finland, and definitely we will talk about University of Eastern Finland. We do have a special guest from University of Eastern Finland, Miss Anna from University of Eastern Finland. She will tell us about the University of Eastern Finland and of course study in Finland opportunities and so on. So feel free to ask your questions, whatever, feel free to join the session and feel free to ask your questions, whatever you do have. So end of the session, she'll have a little bit time to answer all of your questions, please. Thank you everyone for joining with us. This time I would like to ask Anna, could you please introduce yourself a little bit more, please? Thank you.
Sure. Thank you for organizing this webinar. It's great to be here. My name is Anna Kuikka. I come from the University of Eastern Finland, and my main task there is international student recruitment.
Thank you, Anna. Anna, could you please show us the presentation so that our students are there waiting so that they can see about the universities of Eastern Finland more and more, and of course they can learn about Eastern Finland and Eastern and Finland opportunities.
Yes, sure. I think you can see the presentation right now, so we can move forward. So hi everyone, I will shortly talk about our university first, and then I will continue to our international degree program. So first of all, our university, we operate in 2 campus cities in Finland, so city of Joensuu and city of Kuopio. We have 4 faculties, so philosophical faculty, faculty of science, forestry and technology, Faculty of Health Sciences, Faculty of Social Sciences and Business Studies. Our university is home for around 1,200 international degree students. University of Eastern Finland is focused on environment and sustainable development. And these fields are emphasized in the university's fields of study. However, I would like to mention here that we are in fact the most multidisciplinary university in Finland. So soon we will check all those study programs, what we offer, and then you can see all the study fields, what we have at the University of Eastern Finland. Like I said, we operate in 2 campus cities, Joensuu and Kuopio. And the reasons why our international choose our university is that, of course, we offer high standard study programs based on the latest research. Finland as a country is quite equal. And our university, we locate in eastern part of Finland, so the living costs, living expenses are a bit more reasonable in this region, and also we have quite affordable tuition fees and pretty good scholarship system. So I will come back to that a bit later. Finland as a country is also very safe, so that is something what our international students really appreciate. Here's a photo from one of our campus cities, Joensuu. In fact, this city is 12th largest city in Finland. We have around 9,000 UEF students in Joensuu, and every 3rd resident is a student in this campus city. This photo is taken from the city center of Joensuu, so you can see that we are located in Lakeland area in Finland. Our other campus city is called Kuopio. It's 8th largest city in Finland. Even though the city itself is a bit bigger than Joensuu, the campus in Kuopio is slightly smaller. So it's a home for around 7,000 UF students. You might have heard that Finland was selected as the happiest country in the world already 6 times in a row. And there was a survey in Finland that the happiest people in Finland live in Kuopio. So one could say that the happiest people in the entire world live in one of our campus cities. We are Finland's most multidisciplinary university, so we offer around 30 international degree programs. You can see the study fields in this slide, and I will go or dive into these study programs soon. Let's start with the bachelor's degree programs. So we have 4 of them. Lifelong learning and sustainable development, information technology, sustainable forest bioeconomy, and bachelor's degree in social sciences. The bachelor's degree program in information technology is located in both of our campus cities. So we have seats in Joensuu and Kuopio. These other bachelor's degree programs are in Joensuu. The tuition fees for these programs are 10,000 euros per academic year, and we can offer for all accepted students who are liable to pay for tuition fees, tuition waiver, which will cover 50% of the tuition fee. About the bachelor's degree programs and eligibility. So in most cases, you are eligible to apply for bachelor's level studies in Finland if you are eligible to apply for higher education studies in your home country. So in practice, an upper secondary education certificate is required. In addition to that, we ask our applicants to prove their English language skills when applying. We accept several internationally recognized language tests like IELTS, TOEFL, PTE. In bachelor's degree programs, for example, in IELTS, the overall score should be 6.0. There are certain cases when the language test is not required, and I can shortly just mention that if you have conducted your studies inside of the European Union or in UK, USA, Australia, and so on, in English-speaking countries, then the language test is not a requirement. The selection process to our bachelor's degree programs is based on entrance exam. So usually there is interview or there might be some kind of online course. At the moment, we do not require SAT for bachelor's. So we have our own entrance exams. The application period will start pretty soon, so it's just around the corner. It will start 3rd of January, and the application window is open until 17th of January. And in Finland, you submit the applications via the Study Info online portal. All right, let's continue to master's degree programs, and let's start with the programs offered by our philosophical faculty. So if you are interested in education or linguistics, this is the right place for you. So we have master's degree program in early language education, in English language and culture, linguistic data sciences, and in pedagogy and teaching for sustainability. All these programs are offered in our Joensuu campus. The tuition fees for these programs are 8,000 euros, and we can offer a tuition waiver, which will cover 50% of the tuition fee if you are liable to pay for tuition. Then we have the Faculty of Science, Forestry and Technology. We have several programs in here, but shortly we have programs in biology, environmental and ecosystem and ecology, environmental health and technology, forestry, information technology, medical physics, photonics, and research chemists. The tuition fee level is the same, so it's 8,000 euros per academic year, and the tuition waiver will cover 50% of the tuition fee. We have also one other scholarship, but I will talk about that after I have showed you the study programs, what we offer. Most of these programs are offered in our Joensuu campus. Then we offer also international degree programs in health sciences. So we have 3 of them: biomedicine, public health, toxicology, and all these programs are offered in Kuopio campus. So the Faculty of Health Sciences is located there. The tuition fee level is the same, 8,000 euros, and also in these programs, the tuition waiver will cover 50% of the tuition fee. I could mention here that in Finland, the students who arrive outside of the European Union are liable to pay for tuition. Then lastly, we have the Faculty of Social Science and Business Studies. This faculty offers study programs in accounting and finance, digital marketing and analytics, environmental policy and law, international business and sales management, sustainability leadership, and tourism marketing and management. You can see that the tuition fees vary in this faculty a bit, and also the scholarship or tuition waiver system is a bit different. So in our business programs, the best 50% of the student quota will receive a 50% waiver, and the rest will pay 100%. We do not have any reserve list for the waiver. We also have some special programs. I'm not going through these in detail, but just to give you an idea that we do have Erasmus Mundus programs and some joint degree programs. If you are interested in any of these, please check the scholarships and the application periods from our website, because those are a bit different than our other bachelor's and master's degree programs. For the master's, the eligibility is a bachelor's degree. You can be also a graduating student. You also need to prove your English language skills. The system is same what we have in bachelor's, meaning that we accept these internationally recognized English language tests. However, in masters, the IELTS overall score should be, in most of our study programs, 6.5. The selection process for the masters is a bit different. So in bachelor's, we have those entrance exams. However, in masters, the student selection is mainly based on your academic success in bachelor's level studies, meaning that that is the key to be successful in the admission process. In addition to that, some of our programs may ask for example motivational letter, CV, or some of our programs do interview our international students. The application period for the master's degree program is the same what we have in bachelor's. It means that the application period will start 3rd of January and it will be open around 2 weeks. We have scholarships for students outside of European Union. So I already mentioned tuition waiver. In addition to that, we have Finland scholarship for top academic students. And then I showed you a short list about those special programs. In those programs, the scholarship system is a bit different than in other programs. Here is the financial assistance for international students in detail. So first of all, the tuition fees in Finland in Finnish higher education institutions are for non-EU citizens. At our university, these tuition fees range from 8,000 to 10,000 euros per academic year. The bachelor's degree program that will mean 3 years of full-time studies, and the master's is 2 years. The scholarships, I already talked about the tuition waiver. In addition to that, we have Finland Scholarship, what we offer for the best 2 applicants per master's degree program. So Finland Scholarship is not available in bachelor's level study programs, so only in master's. And the Finland Scholarship is based on your ranking in the application process. So we will grant 2 Finland scholarships per master's degree program. The application process for these scholarships is pretty easy. So when you submit your application to the University of Eastern Finland, in that online study info portal, there is one question about the scholarships, and basically you just need to tick a box that you wish to apply for a scholarship. So that is the requirement for the applying for a scholarship. Here is the timeline. So we are now in December. So it start to prepare your applications. Like I mentioned, the application period will be in January. We will publish the results for the master's March, April, and for the bachelor's by the end of May. There is a UF summer school available for international degree students in August. That's of course optional, and the study year, the academic year in Finland, will start in September. I have few details about the residence permit, just to give you an idea that if you decide to apply to Finnish higher education institutions, it's most likely you need to also apply for a student residence permit. So after you have received a study place offer from the university, the students who arrive here outside of the European Union they have to apply for a student residence permit. In addition to the tuition fee, the students must cover also their everyday living in Finland. So if you get acceptance letter from the university, you need to apply for a student residence permit from the Finnish Immigration Service known as Migri. For Migri, you need to show sufficient financial resources as well as insurance cover. In short, in Finland, you need to show around 7,000 euros that should be in your personal bank account when submitting the application to the Finnish Immigration Service. The residence permit, it will start by filling the online application, and the students must also visit Finnish mission to prove their identity and give their biometrics. This process might take several months, so we recommend all our students to apply for a residence permit on time or well in advance. We get questions quite often that is it possible to work in Finland? And I'm pleased to say that in Finland, if you have a student residence permit, you can work in average of 30 hours per week. However, we as a university, we can't guarantee that all our international students will find a part-time job. So this is something what I think you have to already take into consideration when you are considering to study abroad. Then let's go there. The application period, like I mentioned, it will start 3rd of January 2024. Applications, or our university is part of the first joint application period in Finland, which means that with one application form, you can apply up to 6 different study programs. These study programs can be from the University of Eastern Finland or several different universities in Finland, if they are participating in this first joint application period. At the moment, we do not have application fee to the Finnish universities. That was, in fact, my final slide. Thank you for your attention. I hope this presentation gave you at least some answers, what kind of study programs we offer and what are the requirements for applying to UEF.
Good. Thank you so much, Anna, for your nice presentations. I mean, we have few questions from the student actually by this time. I think we can take it away for a while. We have one of the student called Mr. Mohammad Islam. He said my son completed masters in pharmacy, IELTS 7.5. So he would like to apply for masters in pharmacy related or similar courses.
Well, the IELTS is enough. The closest field, we don't have pharmacy, but we do have study programs in health sciences. So maybe the public health could be something to be considered, or a biomedicine program. So those two options came to my mind right away.
Okay. So Mr. Islam, as your son, he's got IELTS 7.5, so that is fantastic actually. It's really good. So as we said, in University of Eastern Finland, we do not have anything directly with pharmacy, but he can study some relevant programs if it is okay. And he said how much will be cost for health science?
So the tuition fee for our health science programs is 8,000 euros per academic year. At the moment, we can guarantee that all those students who are accepted to the programs will get 50% tuition waiver. So it will cover half of the tuition fee. In addition to that, we do have Finland scholarships, and 2 best applicants will get a Finland scholarship, which is a 100% tuition waiver and 5,000 euros relocation grant for living costs in Finland.
So that is a fantastic opportunity for the student. So, Mr. Islam, if your son is, we don't know about his CGPA and so on, but seems as he has got a good IELTS score, maybe he will be really good students. And as as Anna said, university has a 55% tuition fees waiver, and at the same time, Finland is scholarship, so he can definitely could be eligible for these scholarships as well. So then that will be really fantastic opportunity for him. So he should definitely try for it. Then he can see whether which one he could be more eligible. And as Anna said, at least the one who will get the admission, everyone will get the tuition fees waiver for sure, 50%. Right, Anna?
Yes, that's correct.
So, Mr. Islam, please feel free to ask your son to apply for university. Apply in university in Eastern Finland. And regarding that issues, if he needs any help, feel free to contact with us. We will be here to assist you. One of the students is asking, can he apply without IELTS? unfortunately, without IELTS, you cannot apply for it. If you would like to apply for bachelor level, you must have to have IELTS 6, and if it is master's level, you must have to have IELTS 6.5. But however, university do accept PTE and some other, English proficiency level as well. But you
That-
must have to prove it. Yes, Anna, you wanted to say something?
Yes. We have 3 programs in master's level where if you have conducted your studies in English in any country in the world, meaning that the degree is fully conducted in English, you are eligible to apply, and those programs are medical physics, European forestry, and IMLEX, which is IT program. European forestry and IMLEX are Erasmus Mundus programs. So those are the exceptions for.
So only these three programs.
Yes.
Which three? Like physics?
Medical physics, European forestry, and
Yes.
IMLEX.
And which one? Last one?
It's called IMLEX. It's kind of like IT program which is focused on like lightning and things like that. So
Okay.
Erasmus Mundus and IMLEX are Erasmus Mundus programs.
I understand. So alright, so only these three programs, if they can prove their medium of instruction was English, they can study. But it's not related with I know like in some cases like students can do it if they have only studied in USA, UK, Canada. But it
Yeah,
is not
that's
only
right.
that.
Yeah, it's normally it's that.
But is it only will it be counted, or like a students, for an example, if a student has studied in India, can they be eligible for this program without IELTS, or they should study in USA, UK, Canada? Only that time they will be eligible. What is it?
For those 3 programs, medical physics, European forestry, and IMLEX, if the bachelor's level studies are completed totally in English, they are eligible.
So
But
that means if they can prove it, even for an example, they have studied these things even in India, still
yes,
they could be eligible.
yes, for those 3 programs, that's right. But
Okay.
any other program at UEF at the
Yeah, I
moment,
understand. They must have to have
they do require the test
English.
result.
Okay, understand. Good to know. Mr. Here, like I like to. One is saying I like to apply for MSc in civil engineering related subject. Is there any opportunity to get admission with MY or without IELTS and so on? So this student is like to study MSc in civil engineering.
Was it civil engineering?
Civil engineering, yes.
Unfortunately, we do not have that one at our university. So only the closest one without IELTS, that would be then the medical physics.
Yes. So this is how you can look for. And also Mr. Islam, he's saying is required Finnish language courses. I said no, right? Finnish language is not required to study.
No, it's not. In the admission process, it is not. However, all our international students will study at least one course in Finnish language after they are accepted our university, but not in the admission process. It is not required. So all these international study programs are, the teaching language in these programs is English. So that is the reason why we want to check the proficiency in English language.
Yes. So for Finland, most of the international students, they are studying actually in English. Apart from only few programs, sorry. Apart from few programs, I know if it is nursing programs, then they do. Sometimes they need to learn actually Finnish language is good because it's in health sector. So I mean, other than that, they cannot. I mean, they cannot go for the treatment with local people. In that case, local language is important. Other than that, all the time international students, they're actually studying in English.
Yes, that's right. I know that in some of the universities of applied sciences, there is a lot of possibilities to study Finnish language, and of course, our university too. We offer Finnish languages, but only like one course is mandatory at the moment. So there are options if you want to study more. We do offer that, but in the admission process, you do not have to show any proficiency, or you don't have to have any knowledge about Finnish language.
Exactly. Mr. Islam is asking for the university location. If you just tell us one more time, university location.
Yeah. So University of Eastern Finland is located in eastern part of Finland. We the distance from Helsinki to our campus cities is around 400 kilometers. So that's around 4 hours by train. And yeah, we have two campus cities, so city of Joensuu and city of Kuopio. So that is our location.
So, Mr. Islam, now you know about the location, and there is another question said like my wife completed BSc from University of Greenwich, UK, distance learning as she is eligible for it program without IELTS.
If you have not studied in UK, or was it in USA, then the program will not most likely accept that as a proof of English language skills. So the studies, you have to study in those countries like USA,
Yes.
UK, Australia, Canada,
Yes.
so
Yes.
on.
And also, you should let us know about the program name. So feel free to let us know about the program and so on. So maybe like later on, we'll try to give you some suggestions based on that. Also, there is one student asking like, is there any direct admission program? So she's asking for, is it direct admission or not? Or central admission? I mean, this is what I think.
Well, I'm not sure if I understand the question right, but in Finland, the system is like we have one application period, which is
Yes.
for 2 weeks, and that's only like once a year. So that is the only time in year when you can submit the application to our university, and the student selections will be made during the spring. So that is the system what we have in Finland.
No, I think what in Finland, what also happens, few of the universities, they have their separated application system. So that's why student is little bit confused sometimes.
Yeah. So we are part of the like national application system in
yes.
Finland. So it's only once a year. I know that there are some Finnish universities which might have a bit different system, but I think that's the most common one among the academic universities. So they only have like certain application period, and you need to submit your application in that application window.
Yes. It is 3 to 17th of January. So if you're planning to apply for Finland, please do it as soon as possible. Because in between there are lots of documentation needed, lots of some of the programs needed even motivation letter and some other things. So if you don't apply on time, I mean, if you don't prepare yourself beforehand, then later on you won't have enough time actually to submit on it.
Yeah, that's right. We Finns are quite strict with the time schedule. So if the application period will end 17th of January, that is really the final deadline for the applications. You can still attach some attachments later, but you have to submit the application itself within the application window.
So yes, previous student he has said he didn't mention the program name. Yes, now he is saying IT programs. So anyway, like the thing is, see, dear students, if you are interested, please feel free to send us your documentations. We can have a look and then we can guide you even better. Because sometimes, to be honest, but just by hearing the okay, you studied this, you studied that, suggesting you is not that easy. Because it's not only that. Sometimes you have to have like a proper ECTS in some programs to study some program as well. So though you have studied something, but it doesn't mean you can study some programs in master's level. Because in some programs, like sometimes it's required with a specific ECTS. Have you done it or not? So there are many other issues as well. So in that case, please send us your academic documents, CV, IELTS, everything. Then we can guide you even better.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And I think it's important to keep in mind that these eligibility criteria, they vary between the study programs, at least our university. So it's very important to check, for example, you have website already before you send the documents for example, that, what are the requirements? So everything is listed, for example, on our website, and there are differences. So I can't give like 100% coverage in this webinar, unfortunately, which would apply to all our study programs. So there are not that major differences, but still some, small differences between the study programs. So some of the programs might ask motivation letter, some of the study programs will interview our applicants and so on. So there are some differences for sure.
Exactly. So Mr. Islam, he's asking like whether this university is public or not.
Well, in Finland, you could say that all the universities are public universities because we get funding from the Finnish government. So we are a public university.
And actually, like countries like Finland, and also we do have few Scandinavian countries. Here, like what happens all over the countries, the education system is almost similar. Like whole country of course, I mean, I know like Eastern Finland is very good university, but in general, even like a whole Finnish education system is very, very, very high standard as a country. So, but of course, unfortunately, few countries, what happens, there some universities are good and some universities are not really good enough. But countries like Finland, in whole country, they do have a very good, education system.
Yeah, I have to agree that maybe the special thing what we have in Finland, that we have academic universities and then we have universities of applied sciences. And that is something what I didn't elaborate on my presentation. So just shortly, we are academic university, research university. However, there are also universities of applied sciences. They are also very good. But for example, you can study nursing in the University of Applied Sciences. And in academic university, we offer, for example, public health. So it's like more practical, those studies in the universities of applied sciences than, for example, in academic universities.
And also, as you just talked about it, there is another difference is that University of Applied Science, if you want to go for masters over there, they will always ask you for having 2 years work experiences after finishing your bachelor level. But
Yeah, that's right.
universities, they will never ask you for this.
Yeah,
As long
yeah,
as you meet up other requirements, you are totally fine. You are as a fresher, you can go to like a universities directly, but not to UAS. I mean, applied sciences universities. You cannot go there. You must have to have 2 years work experiences in
yeah,
relevant field.
yeah. At the moment, like the doctoral studies, doctoral schools, only academic universities offer those
Exactly.
in Finland at the moment.
So there are some basic, differences in between universities and University of Applied Science. And anyway, I hope it will not be a problem for the students, those you are looking for. You know what to choose. I mean, what will be the best for from your rate in general.
Yeah, I think you have to consider like what are your future objectives, what is
Exactly.
the field you wish to find a job, and of course the like study background is also a key, for example, to the master's level study program. So the bachelor's degree should be from the relevant or a bit similar study field, because of course the master's degree studies, they are like advanced studies, so that is good to keep in mind. For the bachelor's, you apply with the secondary level education certificate, so that's also the difference between the bachelor's and master's studies.
Exactly. So, Mr. Islam is asking career opportunity for health science student after master's degree.
Health sciences in masters, yes, we have that. The health science students, for example, from the study program of public health, they can work, for example, in different kind of health organizations around the world. Some of the students, they continue their studies to PhD programs, and of course there are also like research positions. So those are at least those three options came to my mind.
Good. Hello. Okay. So, Anna, you can hear me, right?
Yes, I can hear
Okay,
you.
that's good. That's good. So, thanks for the suggestions. I think we are almost end of the session.
Yeah.
We are almost end of the sessions. I mean, there was a good number of questions, and students got to understand about study in Finland and definitely about Eastern Finland University.
Yeah.
So
And thank you for organizing this webinar. Please contact Avijit for any further questions. He and his team will be pleased to help you with your applications. And I do hope to see many of you in Finland next
yeah.
autumn.
Thank you, Anna, for joining us here today. I know you are very busy, but still you manage the time to join us here today. Thank you so much for joining with us. Please send me the presentation slide later on when you get time. This one, please.
Yeah,
It will help us.
perfect.
And dear students, thank you everyone for joining us here today. Please take care of yourself and make the applications as soon as possible, as the application period is, knocking the door. So please apply as soon as possible. And let us know if you need any assistance from our end. We are always here to help you. And so thank you, Anna. Thank you, students. Take care of yourself. Have a good day.
Have a good day.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.